My name is Beth Schultze. This is speech number 4, and this is my audience. Success of college students attaining a degree coincides with the success of America's economy and business. With an inevitable rise of the economy and the creation of new jobs and businesses, we need knowledgeable people to fill the workforce. College not only provides knowledge and skills, but also provides students with interpersonal relations, dealing with stress of deadlines and responsibility. Without college, many young Americans are forced into employment without proper training or skills, which can sometimes lead to failure. College students are faced with many issues such as financial responsibility, personal and work stresses, and trying to live on their own for the first time. Like many of young people in the United States, I have also dropped out of college a few times since graduating high school 10 years ago. I did not have the financial or personal support from the college or the state, so I often became so overwhelmed that I quit school. Today I would like to discuss typical concerns for college students that cause dropouts and the possible solutions that the Nebraska Department of Education can take to reduce them. Financial concerns are one of the top reasons on why college students drop out. Most are leaving their homes for the first time and are depending on financial aid or student loans, which can become very stressful. According to Apollo Research Institute, over 70% of college dropouts surveyed expressed their anxiety over college expenses. Many young people may already have a family to support, so they are unable to go to school to support them. According to Reuters, 2/3 of adults aged 18 to 34 who do not have a bachelor's degree had to halt their education in order to take care of their family. So why would colleges make something that is so important for survival and success so expensive that a high school student wouldn't even be able to afford? The average student loan is $26,600, which young adults would need to make a decent income in order to pay off the principal and interest owed. To make matters worse, the average cost of tuition continues to rise at 8.3% for public colleges, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. So here is a chart provided by Apollo Research Institute that portrays the top 6 reasons for college dropouts. As we discussed, over 70% expressed their anxiety over college-related stress expenses, and then almost 60% expressed anxiety about not being able to spend time with loved ones or the feeling of homesickness. About 50% of students worry about their own intellectual capability to complete their degree. And the other stressors are anxiety over classes interfering with their routine, the need to prove competence, and overall resentment. So what can Nebraska Department of Education do to help resolve all of these issues? First, one very impactful action they can take is improving the financial aid system altogether. They can start by improving grant and loan processes by making it less confusing and time-consuming. Many students do not have the proper resources, so the Department of Education should provide online customer support for those who are applying for financial aid. Also, the application process needs to be simplified and less time-consuming and confusing. For example, the FAFSA application is very lengthy and time-consuming, so less students are willing to fill one out. The next solution for the Nebraska Department of Education is to focus on technical and trade school. There are many high school graduates who do not feel that college is the right path for them, but they're not aware of any other educational options. Certifications at technical schools are more industry-specific and knowledge-based, so are often times quicker to obtain and easier to find a job quicker. According to a study by Harvard University, approximately 1/3 of high school student graduates are not enrolled in college, and 75% of those are currently working. So Nebraska Department of Education should provide better support and registration programs for technical and trade school, as well as offer online resources. High school teachers and counselors should offer technical and trade school as as viable options as opposed to pushing the college agenda on their senior students. The final solution for the Nebraska Department of Education is to provide better counseling programs through the college, as well as better training for the counselors. College counselors should be trained on how to deal with students' feelings and stressors, as opposed to just focusing on the psychological aspect. Counselors could possibly suggest a group or a club that the student would be interested in joining. Many college students have issues with finding a part-time job, so the counselors should be able to work with local businesses in order to find a part-time job that works around the student's schedule. Counseling programs should offer additional services as opposed to just the one-on-one sessions, such as support groups. These can benefit several students at once who are often experiencing the same sort of concerns and anxieties. There are also workshops designed for self-help, which can help the student to learn how to cope and handle with the different stresses of school. College degrees have never been more important than now, as more employers are requiring a degree before they fill a position. In fact, there are some cases where the employer will pass up a more qualified individual for ones who actually have a college degree. Having a degree proves to the employer that you are willing and capable of learning and that you have the motivation and determination. Students learn very valuable skills throughout college that employers are looking for, such as learning how to gather and apply knowledge, developing interpersonal skills, and time management. With the constant change in technology, information, and resources, companies are constantly trying to improve their businesses and their systems. According to Management Study Guide, this constant change can bring downsizing, outsourcing, organization changes, and technological improvements that can often lead to employment cuts. And the first people to cut are typically those that are the least qualified or those that do not have a degree. So as we've discussed, financial concerns are one of the leading reasons of why college students drop out. This can easily be addressed by improving the financial aid system altogether, by providing more resources and simplifying the application process. There needs to be more information and resources available to high school students regarding trade and technical schools. Counseling programs need to be improved and individualized for each student, depending on what their current concerns or fears may be. After all of these solutions are initiated and implemented, America may just be able to see a better future for their students. So I urge you to write a letter to the Nebraska Department of Education or to attend a school board meeting in order to encourage this change. The bright future of America's youth depends on it.